So each of the 16 types has what's called a cognitive origin. The first person I heard talk about that was C.S. Joseph and his team. So for ISTP, that's going to be validation. Like, that's super important. And I notice this in my day-to-day life with my interactions with people, whether it be online or friendships or lovers or whatever. Like, yeah, if I say something, either how I feel or what I think or what my experience was, like, that is valid. It is valid. It doesn't matter how you think about it, how you feel about it, like, whatever. For me, it's valid. Now I'm able to validate myself. That's wonderful. But I notice I feel very turned off, or I just kind of feel like I don't want to talk to this person anymore, or, it doesn't feel good to me when I'm talking to someone or sharing, like, because when I'm sharing, I'm opening myself up. When I'm sharing something, especially when it has to do with, like, something related to myself or who I am, and someone, like, I feel like they're shutting it down, it just makes me feel like I don't want to talk to this person anymore. It's just this doesn't feel good. Like, it's like they don't want to learn me. They don't want to get to know me. They don't want to see my perspective at all. That's what it feels like. So I just had an interaction and I definitely felt that way. And I felt like, okay, this person, they cut me off, which I do not like at all. I do not like being cut off. Like, listening is respect. You know what I mean? So when someone cuts you off, that is disrespectful. It's like saying, yeah, what you're saying doesn't matter to me. I don't like that shit. And then this person said, well, I don't want to talk about that. And of course, they didn't even hear me out to even, or ask why this is important to me. Of course, there's no questions. It's just they had some kind of reaction inside themselves. I think it was a fear reaction or an insecurity type of reaction. Whatever. So they put up the boundary that they don't want to talk about it, which is fair. If you don't want to talk about something, you don't want to talk about something. That's okay. So, I asked myself, okay, well, what can I learn from this? Because, when you're experiencing something that is unpleasant, you don't like it, that's not a place I want to stay in. So one of my growths is I ask myself, what can I learn from this? So, I looked at things from this other person's perspective, or what I imagined their perspective was. And I told myself, it's okay. Like, they're allowed to have their boundary. And I suppose this also means if they ever bring up a subject that I don't want to hear about, like, then I can just say, I don't want to talk about this. And I don't know, like, as a 4, an Enneagram 4, like, holding space for people is, like, a really important thing for me, because that is very important, like, for someone to do that for me. Obviously, I feel emotional about that because it's super important for me. So when someone does that for me, that is love. To me, that is love. I feel loved. I guess we tend to give out what we want, what we need. And I guess as, like, an ISTP, it's pretty common to give out lots of love and not receive even half of what we give out back. At least it feels that way. I don't think that's true anymore. Like when I think about all the interactions I have, like with everyone, you know, like I do feel like people do express gratitude to me, and there are people out there that do listen to me, and they express that like I actually have helped them and make their life better, and that feels good. So, you know, find the people that are able to meet, you know, your deepest needs. For an ISTP, I need the people in my life to be able to hold space for me. That's important. That's how I feel loved. And a very beautiful thing is that I can hold space for myself. So when I have interactions like that, I'm always thinking to myself, okay, what can I do for myself right now? And that's a wonderful thing, and it's freeing because it makes me feel like I don't need anybody else. I don't. Like, yeah, we're humans, we're naturally social creatures, so we do need like other beings, but I'm talking like a need, like, you know, that's very freeing, it's very empowering. And everyone out there, and especially ISTPs, because I'm always going to have a soft spot for ISTPs because I just feel like we're brothers and sisters, you know? Yeah, we have that power to do that for ourselves. So when other people, like, you know, are not able to show up for us in a way that makes us feel loved, we can love ourselves, and nobody can take that away from us. Like, nobody. We love ourselves, and that love feels good. So I hope that you're able to get there too.